today we will be taking a look and maybe helping you to choose to which one to get first, either Seeker 5 or Little Beast Seeker 3. So basically, since I started to make videos about the drones and everything, I have one company which I actually enjoy flying, and they have really nice drones, which is Deepspace. As everyone knows from the videos I had before, most of them is with Deepspace drones like Seeker 5 and Seeker 3, and more people is asking what you would suggest to start or to switch to Deepspace Seeker 5 or Seeker 3. So two drones from Deepspace, nearly dropped it, two drones from Deepspace. So Seeker 5, as it's in the name, it's 5-inch, and Seeker 3, which is 3-inch. Both of them is dead cat version. So today we will be taking a look and maybe helping you to choose to which one to get first, either Seeker 5 or Little Beast Seeker 3. So both of them is Deepspace products. Love them every single time I'm flying with them. So, and as some people was asking, so which one to choose, to Seeker 3 or Seeker 5, and so on. So I will try my best to answer those questions regarding these two drones, which one to start and which one to choose first or second, and how and what and this. So basically we are in this lovely location with no, it's not a windmills, in the wind generators. It's slightly windy. Okay, there is not a lot, I mean, to do the tricks, or because it's literally hilltop, sorry, my bad, with actual generators. So we'll be flying and practicing with both of them to try maybe to help you to decide which one you want to get first. So let's have a short look on each of them, some specifics and how they are, and then we will be flying with each of them separately and comparing a little bit how it feels, the speed and everything, and so on. So if you want to know, just stay tuned to know which one to pick, Seeker 3 or bigger brother Seeker 5. Stay tuned. So, two drones, Deepspace. Let's start with Seeker 5. Seeker 5 is, as the name says, 5. That means that it's 5-inch. They have two different setups. One of them is dead cat, one of them is X-frame. So, in this case, I have dead cat, which means that the front arms is slightly inward, so it's not making perfect X shape, so you don't have props in the view. So as a Deepspace, they have option with O4R Pro unit, which I would suggest if you are getting dead cat. That means that you are more or less know that you will be filming more cinematic than actual freestyle, because the tune for dead cat is slightly different than it's for X-frame, because let's put the Seeker 3 on the side a little bit, because as a frame, imagine the frame as a central line. When it's X, it's more balanced. I mean, the motors is more balanced from the center, so it's way easier for drone to either roll or flip, because it's perfect X shape. But in this case, I have dead cat. So 5-inch props, you can put as well 5.1 props. Battery wise, this one is taking 6S, and of course that's mean that they have a connector XT60. And batteries starting from 1100 and up to 1800. But I have two different batteries. I have 1300 and I have 1500 batteries, which in case if you are interested in what is the difference with flying with 13, that controller, if you are interested what is the difference between flying with 13 or 1500 batteries, leave down in the comments and I will get back to you, and I will probably make some video about that. So that is more or less about the Seeker 5. It's around, what, 600 grams with the battery. With the battery, I think, no, it's heavier. It's around 700. So it's quite heavy drone, but the build quality and everything is amazing, I crashed it many times, but keep in mind, if you are getting dead cat version, if you will crash, as you see, the camera will be the first point which will be hit during the crash or whatsoever. And as it's 04 air unit, it's not the cheapest one, but it can mess up your air unit. Once I had the crash, the previous one, and I actually bent the whole front frame here because I hit the beam of the metal, so it's actually bent and broke the whole thing. Anyway, I ordered the new ones and I fixed it, and now it's flying amazingly. And plus I have Express LRS antenna behind. Okay, I didn't put it where it should be, down here. I put it here because it's very close to the props, so if I will bend some prop or something, I will actually destroy the antenna. Of course, all Deepspace drones is coming with GPS in front. Unfortunately for my Seeker 3, I broke it. So that is one thing Deepspace actually need to take in consideration, because I crashed and the battery slided front and just ripped it off. So, but for the 3 one, I don't think so that I need GPS, because with the 3 one I'm not flying, I don't know, long range or whatsoever. But even Seeker 5 with, I will just mention it, with 1500 batteries, I was flying 11 minutes. 11 minutes. Like very light acro, some flips and this, but 11 minutes. And I think the efficiency of this thing is amazing. 11 minutes with 1500 battery. I mean, you could easily go all the way, I don't know, few kilometers if you want, because 11 minutes is more than enough to do some mountain dive or whatsoever. So yeah, that would be more or less Seeker 5. So now let's take a look on the little brother, which is Seeker 3. Is the same dead cat version, and this one is taking 4S batteries, and of course XT30 connection, and as well with 04 air unit. And this is 3-inch freestyle drone, quite light. If you are choosing, let's say, batteries, on this case I have 850s, plus as well I have 650s, which is bringing it nearly to 250 grams as a whole thing. Because as now I broke the GPS unit, and I think that is, 2 or 3 grams. So that's mean that if I would put 650s on this one now, without the GPS, that would give me actually less than 250 grams. So for all people who is looking for this magical number, 250, so this thing would be something for you to consider. And that would be, I think, more or less about Seeker 3. Both of them, I think, have F7 controllers. That one is mini and that one is big version. So motors, these ones is 4000 kV, and Seeker 5 have 2207, which is 1960 kV motors, and as well F7 stack. So both of them is amazing. Size-wise, logically, they are two different. I mean, look at this. They are two different things. And of course, if you ask, okay, which maybe to choose, there is few things to take in consideration. Of course, bigger drone will, with the bigger battery, will fly longer. Okay, let's say with Seeker 5, if I'm doing more or less acro thing and just flying some sort of freestyle or whatsoever, I'm not the best pilot of freestyle or this, I'm not saying that, but as far as I'm still learning, so with this, I can get around 5-ish minutes with 1300 batteries. And with this, with 850s or 650s, it's way smaller because it's lighter. And with this one, more or less the same 5 minutes. So if you are looking for a freestyle, okay, then both of them fly time wise is flying more or less the same, around 5 minutes freestyle. But of course, Seeker 5, as it's bigger one, it's have a option to mount the GoPro or any action camera or 360 camera. I made the video with 360 camera on top. I would say that added like literally 300 grams. So all this thing was nearly a kilo, and it was slightly to fly. But anyway, I tried, but I enjoyed it. And this one, unfortunately, it don't have an option of GoPro. I don't think so that the small ones actually need it, because all-4 air unit will give you amazing footage and amazing video quality. I mean, who don't want amazing video quality? So both of them have it. I think more or less that would be, of course, speed-wise, 5-inch will be way faster than Seeker 3. This one is flying around 140. You can push it to 170 kilometers an hour. And this one is around 70, 80. You can push it, but like a cruising speed for them is more or less the same. But another thing which, when you are choosing which one to take, I would say to keep in mind as well, sort of in which country you are living and what kind of weather you have. Because if it's all the time windy, then Seeker 5 is holding in a wind way better than logically, because the weight difference is huge. I mean, this is 250 and this is nearly 700. I mean, it's double the weight. So the weather as well, this one exactly is holding in a way in the wind conditions way better, because it's both of them honestly cuts through the wind like a knife with a butter. I mean, I've been flying with some way more winds than I have now, and I didn't have any issue. One time I had quite a big wind and I was flying with this one, and of course when you do, let's say, some tricks like split S's or power loop and this, you feel that the wind, when let's say it's going down or this, it's blowing it away, not like completely away, but you can feel that let's say the power loop is not the same, as because the wind is adjusting how it's going. So that would be more or less. And let's say if you are switching from, let's say most of the people which is getting in FPV, they are switching from Dji Avata. I have Dji Avata still, but unfortunately I'm not flying with it. And but I made the video comparing Seeker 3 with Avata, and even before I had the video Seeker 5 with Avata. To which one, what is the differences? So, as most of the people these days, which is getting in FPV, they are switching from Dji Avata, I would say one thing, just a little bit rewinding back, my first after Avata was Seeker 5. And switching from Avata to Seeker 5 is, how to say, it's two different things. You are jumping in completely different circumstances or whatsoever, how you can call it, because it's way more powerful. It's, of course, both of them is quite locked, and that feeling you will have in any of them as a thing. But I would actually suggest to start with Seeker 3-inch, and then from there switch to Seeker 5, not opposite. I've done opposite. I switched from Avata to Seeker 5, and in the beginning it took me some time to actually get used to it, because and most important, what to get used to it is a throttle control, because this thing, you just slightest throttle, it goes like bullet. This one as well, but with this one, as it's smaller, it's way easier. It's way easier to do the tricks. Let's say as it's smaller, you actually have time to, when you do the trick, you have time, because it's lighter, you have time to fix it. Again, activity, what is this? Anyway, so you have time to actually correct yourself to not crash. But with this one, it's a little bit harder because it's heavier and it's faster. So if you mess up and you are closer to ground, yes, it's have enough power, let's say, to pull you out of the crash, but this one will be a little bit easier because it's lighter and smaller. And with this one, you can start, you can get in tighter spaces. Okay, I've seen videos where the guys with the 5 inches going through gaps when it's like completely like this. I mean, but I'm not in that level yet, so I can't comment on that. But so let's get back to last one before we get up in the air. So if you are switching from Dji Avata, then I would suggest you to actually go with Seeker 3, because it's easier, it's cheaper, because the batteries, let's say, is cheaper, the whole drone is cheaper, and you can get from their website with camera or without camera, or just the frame if you want to build your own, and so on. But let's say to get this one without the camera is like $200, so it's nothing so special. And I'm telling you, Deepspace, they are amazing company. They've been in market, as I understand, around 12 years of experience of building and so on, but I'm not sure how long exactly they are making the drones, but I will leave the link down below. If you want, you can take a look on their website, and if you want to get some. So let's start with the small one to do some flying around and see how it goes. Okay, so Seeker 3, Seeker 5, both of them amazing drones. Let's get up with the 3-inch, and then we'll see some more comments, how it flies, how it feels. So Seeker 3, as I broke GPS, so I don't have rescue thing, so, but anyway, oba. Okay, so Seeker 3, camera-wise, is exactly the same thing, but of course it's way lighter and not faster, but If your choice is Seeker 3, then I will say that I like the speed and everything of Seeker 3, and I have 850 batteries, so let's see around a little bit. Can we do some dive? If these ones would not be, if they would not be spinning, it would be way better, because it's a little bit trippy when it's actually spinning. So, but as a 3-inch, I love it. I love the drone. So I'm telling you, flight time wise, they are more or less the same, but if you are just cruising, let's say with Seeker 3, then you still can get around 7 minutes something. So, but opa, that was crash. That was Seeker 3. Flight-wise was flying around what, 6 minutes. So really enjoying flying it. It's easy, it's fast, and as you saw, I crashed as well, and nothing is wrong. Even the props is in the place. So love it, love it, love it, love it. So Seeker 3. Let's get to bigger brother, which is, where are you? Where are you? So let's get Seeker 5 up in the air. Seeker 3, Seeker 3, Seeker 5, and 1300 battery. All of them have angle of 15 degrees. So let's get up in the air and we'll see how it flies. Of course, Seeker 5 is way louder than Seeker 3, and of course it's getting speed way faster than 3 is. So and of course way more power than 3-inch. So, but flying wise, of course, you can feel that it's heavier than 3-inch, because it's flies more faster. And of course, how to say, the feel when you are flying is, I would say it's more or less the same, but there is slight difference in a way how they are flying, and the controlling is a little bit, how to say, easier. It's like more smoother with 5-inch than with 3-inch, because it's exactly it's more heavier and more power, but as what you can do with it, it's exactly the same things. I mean, when you do the tricks, when you do the tricks, 5-inch have more power to pull you out of the crash, but with 3-inch you have, how to say, more time to fix your mistake. So that is one thing to keep in mind, because exactly 5-inch have more power to save you, 3-inch have more time to save you. So, but both of them flies amazing. So no complaints at all whatsoever. As I was telling you, the Deepspace is making amazing products and good quality. Okay, they are, how to say, a little bit more expensive than others, but in the same time, I think that exactly you are sort of paying for quality. So, and this is 5-inch. I love it. So, and as you can see, you can do some cruising as well, and if you want to do some tricks, you can do as well the tricks. So it's not so that it don't have enough power. It have power. It's efficiency wise. Let's say now I was like on most of the time not full throttle, but more or less, and it's 4 minutes and it's 3.6 battery, so efficiency on both of them is amazing. So Seeker 5 and Seeker 3, both of them Deepspace products, amazing. If you have a chance, grab one. So, like sort of like final thoughts on which one then to choose if you are switching from Dji Avata or any other drone in that matter. I mean, but most of the people will be switching from Dji Avata. So then me personally, I would suggest you to start with Seeker 3, get good with it, and then switch to Seeker 5, because exactly the weight and the speed matters in a way that, because Seeker 3 is more closer to Avata, but with the bonus that it can actually do the tricks, flips and everything. It's have enough power to pull you out of the trick and to pull you out of the loop or any other trick. So I would suggest get Seeker 3 and then get Seeker 5. So if you liked the video and if I answered some of your questions about which one to choose, then leave a like or a comment down below. Or if you want to know some more specifics about any of these drones, or in that matter, literally not only, I have all Deepspace products because I love the company. They are making amazing products. Delivery is decent considering that I'm in Cyprus and it's coming all the way from China and it's taking like a month to receive any of the drones. Build quality, amazing. Control efficiency, amazing. So if you have some more questions, leave down in the comments. Of course, like, subscribe, you know what to do. Bye.